Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about how you have it now, your desire is yours, all that good stuff. We kind of been talking about this in like the past few days or whatever, or weeks or whatever. But we're going to talk about it a bit more. And just let's really get into understanding that everything is now. Okay. So if you're new here, I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, then I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. I do have ways that I can help you in the description. We have a live class starting tomorrow. The Godstate activation is going to be incredible, you guys. It's going to be so, so good because even since the last activation, I have leveled up in my consciousness. If those of you have kind of been witnessing that. So I'd love to have you guys be a part of that. And you still can get 50% off using the code. The code is in the description. It's God111 if you want to join that. And then we're also going to have the SP group coaching starting in December. So those of you who are manifesting a specific person, I highly, highly, highly recommend that as well. The last month was so powerful. Light of Love is powerful every time we do it, but these girls got such incredible, tangible results, relationships with their SP, people showing up to their door, as I told you in the description, these things that happen. Even one from one of them had sent like a video saying that like the SP was like manifesting her. So definitely join, you guys. There's links in the description for that as well. All right, but we're gonna get into the video, okay? But first of all, hello everybody. Hi Erica, thank you so much, beautiful. You always pop in with the instant tip. I love that. Thank you so much. Hi Summer, hi Empress, hi Ash Lily, hi Self-Worth, hi Diana, hi Kristen, hi October Scorpio, thank you, beautiful. Hi Royalty Affirmations, hi Ty, hi Refugia. Okay guys, let's get into it. So you have it now, right? So what happens, this is the thing, you guys, let's talk about how all manifestation is instant, okay? So manifestation is not a process, right? It's not a process. Manifestation is, right? It just everything is existing, including your desire now. It's just existing, it's just here. Okay. So now if you're like, but I'm in a process and I'm, not seeing results and I'm this and I'm that. And this is because you, number one, believe in time, right? So you believe that things take time. You believe that yesterday has to do with today, right? 2 seconds ago has to do with now when it really, really doesn't, okay? The reason I love doing the God State activation is because it covers all desires, you guys, all right? It covers all desires. When you are able to, first and foremost, realize who you are, okay? Now, when you realize who you are, you realize that this is just a little game for you. Okay, this is just a game. It's not something that is so serious. It's not, whatever the desire is not adding anything on to you. It's not making you something you're not. You're not becoming anything that you're not. You are just being and having an experience being, and that's it. Okay, so now when I say you have it now, right? The opposition to that is, well, I don't see it in the 3D, right? Because your awareness is that it's not here because you judge based off of what is. There's a TikToker I've been watching. He explains quantum physics and he explains the observer effect. He explains all kind of things that I do not have the vocabulary or education to explain to you. But when he's explaining it, it's explaining manifestation. It's explaining how two things can be true, but you can only be perceiving one of those things, okay? So now the way that I like to explain it and the easiest way to understand it is in the way of parallel realities, okay? Understanding that all is happening now. So you can't look at what's in front of you and be deducting from that what I'm seeing is all that there is, right? What you're seeing is one out of infinity, okay? It's one out of infinity. What your past is one out of infinity. Your identity is one out of infinity, okay? Now, the more powerful thing, and the things we're going to really be talking about tomorrow, is that beyond all of these identities, right, is just this one identity, which is God, which is powerful, which is the chooser, okay? So if you want to think about it like a video game, right? It's the difference between you identifying as CJ, right, the main character, and going along. Like CJ in the game is limited to what the player wants to experience, okay? So if CJ is in San Andreas, he can't be in Vice City. I think that was the other, I don't know. Okay, bear with me. I don't know. But he can't say, well, I'm tired of being in San Andreas. I want to go to another place. If that's where the player has decided that he's going to be, that's where he's going to be, okay? Now, your avatar, you are the avatar and the player, okay? But the thing is that you are so identified with the avatar that you keep deciding and choosing as the avatar. Okay. So you keep deciding and choosing based off what's around you, right? Like you keep looking at what's in front of you, for instance, like CJ, and CJ, we play San Andreas to do a whole bunch of bad stuff, right? So CJ is like, man, I really want to stop, robbing people and stealing cars and beating up pedestrians, but I just can't seem to do it because that's the player that he is, right? And from that perspective of CJ, if the grand player is directing him, right, to do these things, that's what he's going to do. Now, when you come into the perspective of the player, right, then you get to actually, like something I used to do when I would play Grand Theft Auto, is try and follow all the traffic laws. I try to stop at all the red lights and try and stay within the lines and try not to run into the poles and people and all these kinds of things, right? And it doesn't really matter either way, right? It doesn't matter either way. It's just how are you choosing to play the game? So now, when it comes to your desire, all right, it is done now. There's no other time for it to be done in. And I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? Because the belief that there's another moment that it's done in, and it's just not this moment. Or, there's something that I'm becoming, okay? There's nothing that you're becoming, all right? It's what you are choosing currently. So let's stay with understanding that reality is it's a moment to moment reflection. Okay. So if it's a moment to moment reflection and you have decided, I have this thing now, right? And then in the next second, you look around and you say, oh, well, I don't see it. So I guess I don't have it. Then now you are in that reality where it's reflected, which is why, number one, like I said, you cannot continue to decide based off of evidence, because it's going to continue to keep you selecting the same old reality, which is not relevant. Okay, it's relevant to you. This is where the awareness and all the things that we've been talking about comes in, right? It's not relevant to you. The reason why you make it relevant is because you're identified with the character, you're identified with the avatar, so you're emotional about it, right? You're like, oh my gosh, it's always been like this. I've never had my desire, and la-di-da-di-da, and I'm not good enough. And until so-and-so texts me and, whatever, then I can't do it. I can't be loved. I must not be important, right? I must not be important. This is why it's so important for you guys to break that validation loop from the 3D. Okay. This is the only way to be able to choose again. As long as you're still in, well, who am I? And you look at 3D and say, oh, there I am. And then, oh, who am I today? Oh, 3D. Okay. That's why it feels like you're living the same day over and over again, because you keep choosing from the same, from what's in front of you. Okay. Now, this is the thing. It's not that you can't be emotional. It's not that you can't feel a type of way, right? It's that you feel that way, but then you remember who you are. Okay. Then you remember who you are. Like, dang, you know what? That is the character feeling that way. That character had a mental breakdown. That's cool. It's not a problem. Okay. We don't look at CJ on Grand Theft Auto and be like, wow, CJ really needs to get some therapy. What makes him want to be such a criminal? It's just a game. All right. We're just playing. We just playing. Okay. We're just playing. And when you see that you're just playing, now this is the thing, so many things that I could say about this. Okay. The problem is, and this is where like shadow work and, all that stuff comes in, is that as long as you are still identified as separate, as limited, as whatever, you're going to continue to seek who you are outside of yourself. Okay. You're going to continue to seek who you are outside of yourself. Summer, thank you so much. Beautiful. You're going to continue to look and say, well, 3D is not validating the experience that I want to have. Therefore, who I must be is the one without it. Okay. Now, when I was in Florida, I'm back in Atlanta now, right? Y'all could tell with the moon poster. All right. When I was in Florida, I was aware of being in Florida, right? And so I was in Florida. Did that mean that Georgia ceased to exist? No, it did not. But if I was to judge from what I'm seeing, right, and say that, well, I'm in Florida, what I'm perceiving is Florida, Florida is all there is, I would not even take the drive to come back to Atlanta. I wouldn't even try, because I believe that what I'm seeing is all that there is. And so I'm going to keep validating that experience, right? So, but when you know that, what, just because the state that I'm occupying does not cancel out or erase other states. But that does mean that I would have to travel there. And when we're traveling there, we're doing this consciously. You're traveling consciously, right? You're traveling with your consciousness to another state. Now, let's get back into this being done, okay? So the moment that you decide that my reality or my desire is done now, right? The moment that you decide that, it is done. The moment that you decide, I have this thing now, reality starts to rearrange itself to bring what you like for you to have that experience. Basically, you shift into the reality where that is what is unfolding. Okay. And a lot of you guys actually, I'm sure you guys have experienced this. Let's take like an SP situation, right? Maybe you watch one of these videos and you feel really powerful, you feel juiced up, and you start to interact, and you I don't know, maybe they text you and they say something that confirms your new story or something you've been wanting to hear. But then maybe they do something that is not what you want, or it's not fully what you want, or whatever. Then you start to think, oh, I guess it's not done. And so then you switch back. Your consciousness goes back to, oh, it's not done. And so then you're back in that reality where it's like, oh, it's not done. And so because you use 3D to confirm what is, right? You keep saying that and keep thinking there's more that I have to do. Okay? But it's just done. It's just continuing to decide and continuing to know, continuing to think from, continuing to be from, it is done. Moving out of the process and into it's done. Okay? Move out of the process, not Jinx. You're so cute. I love you. It's done. All right. Okay. So there's nothing that has more authority than you to decide that it's not done. Okay. All the deciding is done by you guys. You will notice that there's nobody opening the clouds, okay, and saying, hey, you haven't done enough. Hey, your desire is not done. You have another 7 years of karma before you can experience what you want. Like, nobody's saying that, okay? It's you saying and agreeing with that. It's you believing that. It's you taking whatever word for it. And truthfully, what it is, you guys, is you identifying with the 3D, and it's you identifying with limitation, and you believing that, well, what I see is what it is, and what do I got to do? Believing that there's something for you to do instead of believing that it is done, okay? Because if you believe there's something there is to do, right? If you believe and you assume, right? If you assume, we're talking about the law of assumption. If you assume every single day that you wake up, there's something more for me to do because my desire is not done, then how the fuck is it gonna be done? My mom is staying with me for a couple weeks because she's moving. So I might still be a little censored. We'll see. But yeah, How could it be done? Understand that it's always your powerful self, you guys, all right? It's always your powerful self that is deciding whether it's done or whether it's not, whether it's a process, whether so-and-so is so, oh, my SP doesn't listen to me. Oh, money is the one thing I can't do. Who is saying that? Raise your hand and say, I am. So you are conditioning the I am with limitation, with lack, with I don't have. And you believe, right? This is why exiting out of time, okay? This is why exiting out of time, because time is a little sneaky bastard, okay? Because time makes you think that, oh, well, I'm getting there, right? I'm getting there. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, just give me some time and I'll be different. Things will be different. Things will change across the river bend, right? Oh my goodness, heaven. Oh my gosh, congratulations. She says, Liv, I got the job I wanted. We already knew that. And they raised my pay. Also, my business is at 7 figures. Well, of course it is, okay? Yes, goddess, with a name like heaven, how could it not? All right? We love that for you, beautiful. Amazing. Okay. Sorry, I had to congratulate my girl. And I did lose my train of thought, but it's gonna come back to me. But yes, in every moment you are deciding that it is done now. I'm not claiming and deciding this based off what I'm seeing. I'm claiming and deciding this based off knowing that all is now. And so if all is now, then why would I choose a now where I don't have what I want? And understand once again, y'all, because if you're still thinking, okay, but I chose it in the now and I don't see it in the 3D, you're not hearing what I'm saying. You feel me? You're not hearing what I'm saying. Okay? You chose it now, so it is. Ain't nothing else to do. All right? There's nothing else to do. All right. There was something else that I wanted to say about that. Oh, 3D, right? Okay, but what about 3D? What about what I'm seeing, right? Thank you, Brown Bunny, by the way. Thank you, beautiful. What about what I'm seeing that is not my desire, okay? This is where you're realizing that you don't have to fix things, okay? I think this was something that I'd learned from Brittany, right? But this is actually a fundamental understanding of the law of assumption, okay? Which is that the reality that you are looking at and perceiving, well, I can't have what I want because of what I'm seeing. But that reality is exactly the way it needs to be. This is why you're not changing the reality. You're not changing yourself. You're simply selecting a different reality. There's nothing to fix because all realities exist, okay? All realities exist. So for instance, let's use the example I was talking about when I was in Florida. Because Florida, because it's hot there, they don't have fall, okay? So the leaves don't change color, they don't fall on the ground, none of that happens, okay? And so if I was to look while I was in Florida and say, wow, I guess fall never happened, right? I guess fall just isn't happening this year because I don't see any leaves, I don't see any evidence of fall, right? But that's because in that state, right? In that state, there is no fall. If we went to Alaska right now, looking for evidence of summer, looking for swimming suits and pools, you're not gonna find that, not because summer does not exist, right? But because it's not in that state. Okay, so understand that whatever state that you're seeing, whoever is acting like whatever job is like this, the way that money is like that, understand that it's perfect. And this is what they use when they say that, they be like, it's perfect. I'm like, perfect. Hell no. No, it's not. It's not perfect unless it's the way I want it to be. Right? But no, it's perfect because that is that reality. That's just that one thing, right? For it, like I said, with San Andreas, you're not going to be in San Andreas looking for Vice City. It's perfect that San Andreas is not Vice City. It's supposed to be like that. You understand? So wherever you are, whatever you're perceiving, it's supposed to be just like that. Because that's that reality. And there's nothing to change. That reality is not going to change. That reality is going to keep being just like that. If I was to leave and go back to Florida right now, I'm not going to see fall because fall is not occurring there. Okay? It's not occurring there. All right. So this is why your 3D is not a problem. But as long as you keep deciding it's a problem, as long as you keep deciding, well, I'm in a process. Well, it's taking so long. Understand that everything you're saying, you're conditioning. But the best thing that you could do, you guys, the best thing is know yourself as God. Know yourself as supreme to everything. Know yourself as multidimensional. Know yourself beyond the character. Know yourself as the one with the controller instead of the one in the game. Okay? As long as you are in the game, you are going to be doing whatever the controller is telling you to do. Okay? As long as you're in the game, you're going to be acting that out until you decide, until you zoom out. Think about your perspective of San Andreas or of Grand Theft Auto, your perspective of it versus the perspective of the character. The character only sees what is right in front of them, what's going on right there. You can zoom out, pick a map. You could take a helicopter to take them to another part of the city. You could take that game out and put a whole other game in. You could go back and start completely over at any point, right? You could start the game completely over from scratch at any point. You can do anything with the game as the player, as the one playing. Okay? But that's the perspective you have to be coming from. All right? Now, when it comes to coming into your power, of course, I'm going to recommend you guys join the Godstate activation. It will more than likely be the last one of the year, okay? We may do another one in December, I don't know, but right now it's the last one that we're going to have, okay? And it's on sale, it's 50% off. So, and it's tomorrow. I would suggest you doing that. But what I'll say is knowing who you are, okay? Know who you are. That's number one, y'all. That's going to make everything, that's going to make what you are perceiving as giants grasshoppers, okay? That's going to make what you're perceiving as so big and so incredible and so whatever as like, oh, it's just a decision for me. And it really is. Everything is, okay? Even how powerful you are. If you're watching this, right? And you're like, wow, Olivia, wow, she knows what she's talking about. It's so easy for her to be in the God state. Oh yeah, she's got this in the bag. One day I'll be like that. Nah, you've actually been like that. There is no difference between me and you, okay? We are the same being expressing in different avatars. You have the same knowledge that I have, okay? You are the same as me. There's no difference. It's the only difference, you guys, and I swear to God, swear to self, swear to self, the only difference is that I have accepted that in this moment more. That's it. You have accepted it to an extent. You've accepted it like, yeah, well, I can do certain things. Yeah, as long as I do all these processes, then I can have what I want. But ask yourself, is that really my God self talking? Okay? Is that really my God self talking? Oh, all you need is the process? Tell me, when did God reprogram its mind to galactify the galaxies? Tell me when God was like, let me script for 21 days so that I can create a universe. And I think, I don't know, creating a whole universe is that's a pretty masterful manifestation, if I do say so myself. Okay? But no, it was just an awareness that what I say is. And as much as we talk that shit, how much are we walking in it? Huh? Like, how much are we being about it rather than talking about it? We talk about it, right? We talk about it. I can't with you, princess. We talk about it, right? But are you being about it? And y'all, listen to me. Look, it's a decision. There's nothing else that's gonna happen. The belief, right, is, oh, all I need is to manifest this thing, to manifest this money, to manifest this person. And I will totally understand when I am in my mansion, okay? When I'm in my mansion, I'm going to know that I'm God because look, I'll be in my mansion. But what you don't get, you guys, is that God is not conditioned to a mansion. God is not conditioned to anything because you guys keep trying to mugglify God. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what religion does. God is just a big, you know, translucent human in the sky. And he's mad at you for how exactly he created you. He created you and then he was mad at what he created you. And it's your fault, even though he created you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like oh yeah, what did you do? Did you have sex before marriage? Oh no, put her on the hell list. Put her on the hell list. I mean, I knew she was gonna do that. I mean, I created her to do that, but no. You know what I mean? Like, y'all used to that God. You know what I'm saying? So you keep trying to mugglify God. Oh, well, if I'm God, then I should be like this. If you were God, since you're God, you're everything. Period. Okay? Since you're God, you're everything. And that's it. Okay? That's it. There's no process or anything like that. There's no earning. There's no, oh, I gotta do it right. Oh my gosh. There is nothing that this earth can add on to you. Okay? There's nothing that the earth can add on to you. There's nothing that you can receive outside of yourself that can make you know yourself deeper. Nothing. And so as long as you keep continuing to do that, as long as you keep continuing to chase that outward validation of, well, something can, you know, do this and something will, you're never going to find it because you'll get the thing and you'll still feel empty. You'll get the thing and you'll still be like, oh, I thought I was going to, you'll be in your mansion and you'll be like, dang, I guess I need a summer home because I still don't feel like God. Because it's not something that you acquire in 3D, right? It's something that you already are. Oh, I wish you didn't delete that. This guy, Ian, he's so smart. And so whatever, he's like, I guess the only way for you to understand this is to take your course. Actually, no. And y'all that be here already know that I tell y'all exactly what you want to know. You could take the course if you want to. You don't have to because you're God. It's not anything like that. But people like that, let's speak to Ian, right? Because there's more Ians than actually speak. People like that are so deep in their victim mentality that they see other people getting to a bag in whatever way that they do, and they're mad at that. Now, had I said, oh, actually, Ian, I work at Kmart and I don't sell anything, he would be like, you work at Kmart? Well, you can't really know what you're talking about then. Okay, so, oh, well, you're selling a course. Oh, well, you're trying to scam people out of your money. You can't win when you're in a victim mindset, right? No doubt Ian's probably been scammed, probably will be scammed again because he's in a victim mindset. So all the scammers are going to come right to Ian's door and whoever else is in that state and get scammed. And they're going to be on guard and angry at everybody else because of their own identity. Don't be an Ian. Yeah, he's about to be a adjective. What an Ian. Okay? But anyways, as I was saying, no, you don't need anything. I would never tell y'all. I never tell y'all, hey, you need this from me. You got to do this. I don't even tell y'all beyond what you need from me. I don't even tell y'all what you need to do for yourselves. I suggest things. I say, hey, this worked for me. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you decide for you. It's all about what you decide for you. People like Ian decide that, you know what, there's information that I don't have, that I can't get unless I pay thousands of dollars for somebody's course. And that's exactly why he has that experience. And you could be the same person who's actually listening to what I'm saying, right? That's listening to what I'm saying and hear me say, wow, everything is within you, and actually go within, right? Actually go within and say, oh, if everything is within me, then I guess I don't need anything outside of myself. Which one? I'm sorry, you guys, but you can be a sad, angry, passive aggressive ban. Some of you guys can, some of y'all are going to be able to decode what a ban is, but you can be that in the comments. And when this video is over, I'm going to go with my family. We're going to go shopping. We're going to go and decorate. We're going to have an amazing time. And you're going to go and still be sad and mad and hop in the next person's thing and be mad and passive aggressive and victim. And you're still not going to get what you want. Not because you can't, not because you didn't buy my course, but because you're in a victim mindset. And that's okay. And I'm not even going to call you a ban because We're all one, so. Princess, I can't. See, Princess, me and Princess are here, okay? All right, anyways, though, I love you guys infinitely, okay? They're an Ian. Don't be an Ian, you guys, all right? Don't be a victim, all right? Don't be intimidated. There's so many people in the law of assumption community that's like intimidated by people who have their own business, who use this information to have a business. And it's like, if I said I work at Kmart, you would be upset about that. Not what the Ian. Y'all are too much. Stop. Yo, y'all crack me up. Y'all are hilarious. I can't even deal. I am on a time thing, you guys. I do have to go for real, because I am about to go shopping and go decorate the house and stuff. Not a being. Stop it. Yo. Yo, I swear. Literally, it's like calling a therapist a gatekeeper because they won't therapize you, not therapize you for free. I'm telling you. But that's okay though. I love you guys. I swear, y'all are hilarious. You guys literally make my day. If those of you who are new, y'all want to know how goofy I am, it's them. Look at them, okay? Like, they keep me like this. But I love you guys infinitely. I'm intending this prospers y'all immensely. I'm sure that it has. I'd love to see you guys in my course tomorrow that you have to take, or you're not really God. If you really want to be God, you got to take my course. It's the only way, actually. It's the only way, okay? Everything else, if you don't take my course, because I have secret knowledge that you as God don't know. I'm the supreme God. You are the little gods, and I have the knowledge that you don't know. So you need to take my course, okay? Please take it, because if you don't take it, my lights are going to get cut off, you know? So please take it. All right, there I am being an Ian. All right, you guys, I love y'all. I'm going to stop playing. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, okay?